Clausewitz and the Nature of War. Prior to Napoleon, wars have been wars of maneuver. Clausewitz looks back and says, well, why were they successful, and why was Napoleon so successful? What is it that really differentiated Napoleon from all these other commanders? Well, ultimately, it became Napoleon's focus, or his understanding of the nature of war. And what do I mean by nature? What is the essence of warfare? What is the single defining characteristic that makes warfare warfare versus just competition? Well, Clausewitz looks at this and he says, look, the wars of maneuver, their real focus is to defeat their enemy, to get behind them, to get them to a position to surrender. So their focus is just, again, wars of maneuver, to maneuver around and just defeat, to compel your enemy to surrender. Clausewitz says, no. That's wrong. You know why Napoleon was successful? Because he didn't have that focus. His focus was fighting. I say again, fighting. And this is where Clausewitz comes in. He says the nature of war is fighting. And here's a quote. Essentially, war is fighting, for fighting is the only effective principle in the many activities generally designated as war. So what does that mean? Well, think about it. Think about business. What is business about? Is it about, making your community better? Is it about giving your people a great culture, a great place to work? Or is it about making money? That single defining characteristic shapes everything you do. So Clausewitz looks back, and all these other generals in the past, what did they do? Well, they were focused on defeating their enemy. They would do everything they can to get around, to compel them to surrender, to give up what they had. That was their focus. Where Napoleon was successful, his focus was just fighting. Get to the fight and beat your enemy and win. That was it. So Clausewitz looks back and he says, look, this is not new. He actually says that war has many forms, but it has a universal essence, a spirit, and that spirit is fighting. And this is really important now. This is what I call the primacy of the engagement. Clausewitz says the reason why Napoleon was successful was the fact that his exclusive focus wasn't on winning. It wasn't on getting around the enemy. It was fighting, killing the enemy. And he called that the primacy of the engagement. Everything is focused on the here and now. Get there, fight, fight, fight. Not skirt around, not deceive, not lay stratagems, fight. So, saying that, Clausewitz says what should you seek out if you go to warfare? You seek out the decisive battle, an outcome that is so critical that it decides the war in that moment. So it means putting everything you have into this one objective, this one focus. So ultimately, the aim of war, according to Clausewitz, is the total overthrow of your enemy. It's not to get them to surrender. It's not to get them to lay down their arms and just come to you and give you everything they have. It is the total annihilation, the total overthrow of your enemy. If you have that single exclusive focus, you will win. So I ask you as a business leader, can you think of examples of how your focus has actually shaped the outcomes, your desired outcomes? When you go to a meeting, are you there to just present a plan? Are you there to get confirmation, or are you there to get a check? If you're a salesperson, are you there just to continue a conversation, or are you there to get a check? That focus shapes everything. And that's exactly what Clausewitz said. Clausewitz said that Napoleon was successful because his focus was on fighting and not going around the enemy. Get there, kill the enemy, and win. If you like this video, please hit like and share it with your friends. Look, the more people who like Edge Challenges and watch it, the greater the impacts to community, business, and leaders.